And good afternoon, everyone. Just turn off the music. And so it's just gone a little bit past noon here in Southeast Asia, Indochina time. That's in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and Thailand. And we are looking at the XAU USD gold spot on the 10-minute time frame with the trend line strategy that I use. It's just gone 8 minutes past the hour. And this is what I call the Tokyo lunch run. And it looks like we're going to break my trend line here. I got another 2 minutes on that candle. This is the first candle at the top of the hour, and it did pull back. It did retrace, but now it looks like it might be headed back down. And we have support here at this 4709. That's the pivot point for the day, according to the indicator that I use on Tradingview. That's a pivot's traditional auto. You can see there. And if this should close below the trend line, if it breaks and closes below that trend line, I'm going to go short. It's a little bit early. Sometimes the move doesn't happen until half past the hour, but I have seen it take off at the top of the hour. So we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here. And another 15 seconds on this candle. Looks like it's going to close below. Will it break that support level at 4709? Well, we don't know. Maybe it will. It's very bearish today, so likely to continue down. And my stop loss will be at 47, we'll say 47.22. So is that close below? Well, that's very close, eh? I would say so. I'm going to go over to MT5 and go short and put my stop loss, what did I say, 47.22. Let's see how that looks. Just stand by while I get my trade set up here and see how everything looks. Oh, okay, that's a very tight stop loss. Good. Yeah, I like that. 47.22. I'll just put that on the chart there. 47.20. Nope, wrong there. Coordinates 47.22. And we'll just change the color on that a little bit. Okay, that's my stop loss. And let's see if it will go. Okay, anything can happen. Gold is bearish, actually neutral right now on the 4-hour chart. Yesterday was crazy, eh? Let me just jump over to YouTube and see who's tuned in here. Oh, there's Raj. Hey, mate. And good morning, Alex in India. My pivot point is 4709. And I just went short, in case you just tuned in. And yeah, I know the pivot point, it's a support level, but we're strongly bearish, definitely bearish. And the momentum is bearish. And it's broken my trend line. That's what I go with. It's broken my trend line, closed below the trend line. Doesn't look too much like it did. It just closed below the trend line. But anyway, And let's see what my entry price was. Exactly was 47.11. Yeah, 47.11.3. So we're at 47.09. I'm a little bit of profit now. And where will it go? I don't have a take profit, but I expect we should be able to hit the previous day low, which was down here at 46.47, maybe 46.50, a nice round number for a take profit. But we'll just see how it unfolds here in this Tokyo lunch run. Is that a good name for this time of trading? The Tokyo lunch run. I know Tom Hugard, he has a special name for one of the strategies that he uses. He calls it the school run. I don't know where he got that name from, but we're going to call this the Tokyo lunch run. In Tokyo, they've all come back from lunch, and now they're going to start executing their orders. Sometimes it doesn't kick off until half past the hour, which is another 15 minutes. But sometimes I've seen it happen on the hour. And we did have this first candle here was a little bit bearish, and it broke and closed below my trend line, so I am short now. And right now at break even. We have a good stop loss here, not too far away. It's tight. According to the trendline strategy, I place it above this red line, which is now called my safety line. If it hits that, then the trade didn't work out. And go back over here and see some comments. Yes, Alex, pivot point works like a magnet. It trades down to it, and then it breaks away from it and comes back up to it. It's like a magnet. Tonight, CPI, yes. Thanks for reminding us, Ron. I don't know if anybody forgot that. I didn't forget. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be exciting. 1 hour before Wall Street opens, it's 7:30 p.m. Indo-China time. And CPI on it's all CPIs, month on month, year on year. There's 3 or 4 different items there, and if the actual comes out greater than forecast, which it's likely to, that means that that's good for the U.S. currency, and that's bad for gold because it means that if inflation is increasing, then the Federal Reserve is likely to think about putting up interest rates, and high interest rates is good for the dollar, and that puts pressure on gold. So I don't know. I'm in two minds here. If the market is kind of waiting to see what that news is going to be, and maybe we don't get any kind of movement at all today in our Tokyo lunch run, or maybe London. I don't know. Is the market waiting to see what that news might be? And here we are bouncing off of the pivot point. This low you see here, the Asian low, that's not the actual low. I will update that before the session finishes, before the Asian session finishes right here at the end of this gray box. And the next candle is the London session opening. But before that finishes, then I'll update this little gray box. The low is right here actually on 47.08. And now we're at 47.15, so I'm in a little bit of a loss. Let's see how it goes. I could have taken this trade earlier, right here on this candle, because the trend line was actually right there. And I could have taken that earlier, but I don't like to take a trade just 10 minutes before the top of the hour, because oftentimes you get a reversal at the top of the hour. So, and also I knew that we're getting close to the pivot point, and so I waited till the top of the hour. And then the first candle was bearish. Actually, the first candle broke the trend line. There we are. First candle broke and closed below the trend line, so I went short. Just barely closed below the trend line. And now pulling back a little bit. Let's see what it's going to do. I just took a small lot size because of the things I've just been talking about. The pivot point is here. This is a strong support level. And we have the CPI news coming out later, which I think the market might be waiting to see what that news is going to be before we get any really strong momentum moves. And if you're new to the channel and you just tuned in, let me know where you're watching from. I do appreciate that. It's always interesting to know. Now we've got someone here from India, from New Zealand. Yesterday we had someone from Cameroon, and sometimes Howard will join in from Australia, from all over the world. Okay, Raj, thanks for the support. And again, I just remind you guys, I'm not suggesting or recommending you take the same trade. You can if you want to, but I didn't mind this one too much, even though I have the second thing in my mind about the pivot point being strong support, and that we might not see much movement, much moment, waiting on the CPI news. It's a tight stop loss, and I took a small lot size, and the stop loss is not too far away. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But anything can happen. Like let's look back at yesterday. Yesterday was amazing. Look at this. This is incredible. What happened yesterday? This is like here is this is 6 o'clock my time, 6 p.m. That's about an hour before the U.S. forex trading market opens. It's 2.5 hours before Wall Street opens, and you got a really good momentum candle here, and then it kind of went sideways, and then boom, boy, it just took off like a rocket. That was a 600 pip move. What in the world? So, you're sitting here and you see these small little candles. Anything can happen. You just have to trust your strategy and use your stop loss, protect your capital if it doesn't work out. But if when it does work out, man, it can go, can really go. And yesterday, I was telling you guys that was the first session that we did on the Tokyo lunch run. That was yesterday. And here is the first candle after I left. This is the 12:30 candle. This is when I usually see the move. It's half past the hour for the Tokyo lunch run, and half past the hour. And what we got here was you got all these sellers in, selling, 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 and then at half past the hour, they took out those stop losses from the sellers, and then half past the hour, then for 20 minutes, I made $500 right here in 20 minutes. This is what I see on a regular basis. These kind of moves in the Tokyo lunch run. And it came down to I had my stop loss at 46.50 above the previous day. I think it was a previous day low. The day before. I had 46.50 is a nice round number, and so if you're getting close to that, that's always a good number to kind of put your stop loss or your take profit. So this is the time frame that I'm talking about. We're watching. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what we're looking for now. Okay, there's no guarantee it's going to happen every day, but it's pretty regular that those kind of moves happen. So let's get back over here and see what's unfolding. Yeah, okay. It's, what are we doing here? Another bit of a pullback. Maybe it'll bounce off of the trend line. We will see. Still another 10 minutes before half past the hour. Yeah, futures 1,000 tick move. Hey, Ed from Korat. We got a guy watching here from Thailand. How's it going, buddy? Getting any rain out there? We're getting some rain today here already. Nothing serious, just a kind of a light rain so far. but it looks like it might rain harder later in the day. All good up in Korat. That's great. For those of you that are not in Thailand, Korat is about a 4-hour drive from where I live, and Ed is a good long-time friend of mine. He's been in Thailand the same amount of time that I have, 37, 38 years. Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of bouncing off of that 8 EMA. That 8 EMA. In fact, let me go over and look at the 5-minute chart right quick on my other screen. Yeah, oh, okay, we're still good. Still good. On the 5-minute chart, we are below the 100 moving average. And for me, on the 5-minute chart, below the 100 moving average means to look for a short trade. And we're well below that. And the momentum is still bearish. Little retracements, little pullbacks. Another 6 minutes to go. Candle here. And let's see if half past the hour it really kicks in. Who is that? Kareem Kareem Alakoza. That's a long name. Yeah, well, everybody gets old. Nothing you can do about aging. But age is just a number. That's all. Age is just a number. Where are you from, Kareem? Where are you watching from? I don't think I've seen you in here before. And I've been trading the market since about the year 2000 and since about 2000. So almost 25 years. I've been trading forex, only forex since 2014. So that's 11 years in the forex and commodity market. Before that, I was trading options on the New York exchange, but that didn't work out very well. The time zone is too different. Oh, it's okay, Raj. Those things doesn't bother me. Maybe he didn't mean it quite so strongly. Let's keep it gentle in the chat here, guys. So now it's just gone up and touched that EMA and didn't quite hit the trend line. So you might call that a bounce. And now if we get a break below that, another 3.5 minutes to go and start going in the right direction that we want it to. In fact, you could say, I would say, just being honest with you guys, I was a little bit early to take that trade because I know I've watched this so many times, this Tokyo lunch run. It's half past the hour, but sometimes it'll start before that, and you can never get it right on the minute. You can almost set your watch by it, but not quite. So I saw this strong bearish momentum, so I decided once it broke the trend line, and that is my rule, once it breaks and closes below the trend line, I go short. So that's what I did. But you're going to get some retracement. That's just normal. Nothing just goes immediately into your favor, immediately into profit. As soon as you push the button, that generally doesn't happen. So another 2.5 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. What's oil doing, by the way? Oh, oil is not doing anything. Okay, 95. I think it got up to 100 yesterday. I don't remember, but 95 still high. Okay, but that's because nobody can make up their mind what they're going to do in the Iran war. The Iranians seem to be making a lot of sense, at least to me. They presented their proposal, but Trumpy Dumpty didn't like that. So I think he's kind of got himself in a bind. He doesn't know how to get out of the war. So things are kind of neutral right now, I guess, regarding the war. Still have a ceasefire on. They haven't started bombing again. So that's good. Oh, Bitcoin is making a run up. Yeah, Bitcoin looking good. Of course, it's a long way from its all-time high of 125,000. It's still, if you got in at 60,000 last month, then you're doing pretty well. And what else? Just let me. I just got a question here, you guys. I just got a question. You guys trade anything else? I know, Raj, you probably trade some other instruments. I've been looking at Nasdaq for the last couple of weeks, and I've never traded that before, but I'm looking at it. As you see, it's on my watch list there, and I'm looking at that during the New York session when Wall Street opens. And I mean, okay, we all can look at a daily chart to see Nasdaq has just gone ballistic, you know. But you got to get a good entry. So I'm looking at trading that during the New York Open. Good for scalping. Okay, what time do you scalp it? Now I've been looking at it on the 5 minute chart during the uh, New York Open. When Wall Street opens, I watch the 5 minute chart for Nasdaq. What time do you scalp it? That's too late for you, I think. Yeah, it looks to be kicking back up now. Well, you can go ahead and get out now. You don't have to let it hit your stop loss. I just took a really small trade, so I don't mind if it hits the stop loss. It's okay, but it is definitely closing above our safety line. Let me go over and look at MT5 and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, it's. I'm gonna let it hit the stop loss. It's so close now. Yeah, and this is the half past the hour candle. So the option we have here, just trying to think out of the box, we could reverse the trade and go long, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want to go long. And I could be missing a good trade by not going long, but I don't want to go long because of the CPI data that's coming out tonight. I know inflation is increasing. Gold is going to be continuing to be bearish. I think we're going to see lower prices on gold. So to me, it seems risky to take a. Did that hit my stop loss? Sure did. And then came right back down. Oh, I should have had it $1 higher. Oh, okay. Now it's going back up. That's all right. Very small loss. No big deal. But I'm hesitant to go bullish to take any kind of a long trade on gold. I would rather just sit and wait, come back tonight and see what the inflation data is going to be. Even just to shut things down now and just not even consider it, not even think about it. rather than, sitting here trying to second guess everything. And because I can tell you right now, this is half past the hour. This is the Tokyo lunch run, and we're not seeing any momentum at all. This is not typical for the Tokyo lunch run. Not typical at all, guys. A lot of indecision, a lot of just doing nothing. What do they say? A nothing burger. Yeah, it's just fishing. Just nothing happening here. Well, we'll stick around another 7 minutes and see how it plays out. I wouldn't say I really had my stop loss too tight, but you never know. That's all it did. It went up and just breathed on the stop loss, just enough to take the trade. And now going back down. Oh my God, look at that. Did you get stopped out, Raj? And this is unbelievable. Just exactly on the number. Let me see. 47.22. Exactly on the number where my stop loss was. Amazing. Oh God. So should I re-enter the trade? Oh, this is crazy. Just let's see how it does. See what's going on here. Jamish. Yeah, that's always your best option. Just be patient. Don't try to force a trade. We took a trade here. It didn't work out. Okay, that's done. Now what's happening right now? Still another 4 minutes on this candle. This is why you should always wait till the candle finishes. It can change so quick. Hey, that looked like a big green candle, and now it's turned bearish. Yeah, just be patient. If you come back for the CPI data, Raj, that'll be pretty late for you. And look at this. Look at that. If I would have had that just 50 cents above, 50 cents higher, I'd still be in the trade. But even what we're seeing here, I will confirm with you guys, this is not a typical Tokyo lunch run, not at all. With these small candles like this is not a typical Tokyo lunch run. And it might come down to the pivot point again and then bounce away from that again. Alex says there's a doji on the 5-minute chart. Okay. Yeah, there is. But the candle's not finished yet. But a doji can mean two things. It can mean a change in direction, or it can mean continuation. Okay, another 30 seconds. Okay, next candle now. And what do they say, guys? Nothing to see here. Move along. Okay, this is very, very unusual. This is not a typical Tokyo lunch run. I know you hear me keep saying that, but this is a really good time for trading, guys. Trust me. Come back tomorrow. Just mark this on your calendar. It's a really generally good time to trade, and you can usually get some good moves, even if it's only 20 minutes. Yesterday, I made $500 on that 20 minutes. Those two candles, two 10-minute candles, and they were right on time, exactly on schedule. But today, okay, it's not working out. Not doing anything actually, and that's the way it is sometimes. That's forex. We cannot control the market, and we accept that sometimes we'll have a loss. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. Leave you with it, and you're going to have dinner, Raj. Okay, sounds good. And I just wish you all the best with your trading. Be careful with tonight, guys. The news, the CPI data, that is very, very important, very, very high impact. So you might want to just sit back and watch and let it play itself out. And just whatever you do, be sure and protect your capital. Don't overtrade, don't overlot, and you can be successful. All right, guys, I'll be here tomorrow, same time, and hopefully we'll have a better Tokyo lunch run. Wherever you are in the world, hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow.